Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Game Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What's the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is essentially a painting video, but the model or models in question are voted on by you guys from last week's Wiki Wednesday, which is a Wiki Q&A. In that video, I show you guys a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for this Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so this is absolutely bonkers because the Fellgor Ravagers won the vote. So you see how the gravel to base primed all up and still leaving drab across the gravel. Now, these guys are insane because there's so much detail in every single model. Every single model has some amazing bits and pieces on it that just mind-blowing. So I'm gonna start off and try and keep it as simple as possible before I start adding like details on certain models. Like I mean, this one here, look, this is the Shaman type model. Look at the detail on the face there, the staff and the robes, and that's brilliant. Anyway, my first colour, I'm going to start with some Cadian flesh tone. Some of you are going to go, okay, what's going on here? What's he up to? What you see me do now, you're going to go nuts when you see the next stage after this. You have to be careful with this because he has shoulder pads and all that sort of stuff. And come in and get as much of the skin. Really water this down to make it break out on his plasma pistol. Get his face as well. I'm going to go off camera and do the Cadian flesh tone on all of them. There we have it, looking very nice. Now at this stage I'm not too worried about any bits of black coming through because, you know, we'll go to the next stage with these guys. It's just going to, you know, hide all that anyway. But that's still, even if you just painted them with that basic skin colour, it's still a nice, very nice way to have on the table. Now I'm going to come with some Gothica brown. Called her brown. How do we pronounce that? That's a strange word. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to get all of the fur on these guys. So all the fur that's on the legs here. It's a really weird brown. I'm not going to worry too much if I get on the skin or anything like that. It's more like a chocolate brown, I suppose. It always reminds me of chocolate. And no, or caramel, sorry, you know, the chocolate caramel bars. Got lovely big beards as well. Find the model everywhere. And I'm going to crack on with the rest of that on all of them. Now, you might look at that and think that's a bit hard to see the difference between the two. As that Gothica brown dries, it's going to go that sort of colour. So you can see the difference between the two of them on the wet palette. Okay, so this is a crazy moment, guys. So if you've got a drink, put it down. Make sure you're fully on the chair. What I've done is I put some Plague Bearer Flesh contrast paint. That's the one I'm going for next. I put that onto the wet palette. I've really watered it down. And I'm going to slap it all over the skin sections. and the hair. It doesn't matter if I get it on the bits I haven't painted yet, that's why I've gone in for this now, so I can probably get into it. And you say, what the hell are you doing? Let's see when it's dry. When it's dry, it's going to blow your mind, hopefully. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of the guys. Right, I thought I'd give you a moment to pause and breathe. Right, but don't worry, we're not finished with the skin yet. Okay, so a nice little hint of green on it here and there. But we're not finished with the skin yet at all, or the hair. I just wanted to get that contrast paint onto it. Seems to come out better on the bigger guys. Pulling a little bit in one place. Look at the muscle on definition on the back. It's going to all the little cracks and crevices. Okay, absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to leave it all to dry and then come back to you for this colour. Right, so that didn't work as well as I was hoping. Now I can see bits of green here and there, but nothing, it's not as prominent as I wanted it to be, in all honesty. I'll tell you what I wanted. I wanted it to be a little bit like that. So it's sort of greeny, fleshy colour, yeah? But it didn't work out. It's still not bad. It's still not an issue of anything. It's just not, I wanted it to be a bit more prominent. Maybe I shouldn't have watered the contrast paint down on the wet palette. Maybe that would have done it. Or maybe I should have done youth and grey and then done the contrast paint, then come over with the skin wash, you know, the flesh shade, the Cadian flesh tone afterwards. I don't know. But anyway, time to crack on. So what I'm going to do now, I have some youth and grey on the wet palette, and what I'm going to do with that colour is I'm going to paint any robes that they have hanging off of them, which I don't think this guy has any. It's a little bit, and their horns. And any like claws or anything like that. So I'm going to go off camera and do that. I'm actually also going to do a little simple flick across the mouth, just to get there. And I'll just sort of skew that up a little bit, but you get the idea. Right, so the next colour I'm coming in is Rhinox hide. A few of the guys actually had hoods on their head, so I painted them up nice. Now I'm not too happy with the mouth section, but it's not a big issue for the minute. So with this Rhinox hide, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get all these leather pouches, these leather straps, these gun pouches. There's little leather straps bits on the back of him. So I'm going to crack on with all of that on all of the guys. There's a lot of them. Right, next I'm going to come with some lead belcher. And what I'm going to do with this colour, all of the weapons are being picked out. So the chainsaw on the sergeant, he has all chain mesh in here. So I'm just going to run the lead belcher up just over. It's not a dry brush, but I'm just running it from side to side as if I was dry brushing, just to really make that pop out. So we'll have the big belt buckles. I'm going to slap some on. Some of them have shoulder pads, some of them do have wrist wings. I did paint some of the wrist wings the Rhinox hide to make it leather, but I'm going to crack on with the rest of that. There's some grenades as well, so I'm going to crack on with the rest of that. Come back to you then. Right, so now all that's the lead belcher's done. I was contemplating whatever I'm going to do with the hooves. Now, you could come with some Eshin Grey and do the hooves. I don't know. I'm going to leave the hooves black because I think it looks a lot better. I actually like it. I actually think they look just horribly gnarly at the bottom and everything else. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to do, actually not the camera, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I need to put some youth and grey on his plasma pistol, actually. I forgot about that. So I'll do that. But what I'm going to do is get some purple tone. This is a wash from Army Painter. I don't know if that's going to be, yeah, it's a drop bowl. So I'm going to put some on the wet palette, sort that out on his plasma pistol, and then come back and show you some of that. Right, so I don't know how this quick wash is going to work. I've never used colour before. But let me just show you what it looks like on the wet palette. Look how dark that is. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to take a little bit. I don't know how it flows, how it moves. I'm painting all of the horns with this. And all the cloth at the front. So this side doesn't have cloth, but if they had cloth, I'd be putting the cloth on that. Oh, so it does have cloth. Let's get some on there. So I don't know how this is going to, it's going to look when it's dry. It's going to be too light, it's going to be too dark. Don't know. We're going to find out. And the reason I'm going for something I've never tried before, instead of doing a tried and tested old unit measurement, sorry, tried and tested paint that I've already used before, because I want to expand the painting. I want to see how it looks and how it. Now, looking at a cloth on camera, it looks very white, but it isn't off camera. It's the white's not that prominent. Anyway, let's see how that looks when it's dry. And I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them as well, and then come back to you after. Right, I'm not too sure about that purple, to be totally honest with you. I think, looking on camera, it looks okay, but I think it actually looks better in person. It doesn't. I don't think the camera's doing it any justice. And that's a nice angle of that cloth there. It's not bad purple. I just I don't think the camera's doing it any much justice. Anyway, so for all intensive purposes, these guys are battle ready. Now, what does that mean? For everyone that's new, I can put them on the table, roll some dice, and away we go. Right, fantastic. But what I do now is I'm going to take it beyond battle ready standard. What that means is I could use an edge highlight, a dry brush. I can actually use a proper wash on it. I could technical paint. I could do wet blending. You know, there's so many different things. Now I'm going to come in with this colour here, called Banshee Brown from Army Painter War Paint. Sorry. Now you can come in with Screaming Skull if you want to, because everything looks better with a Screaming Skull dry brush. It's basically the same. It looks basically the same. Okay, that's what it looks like on the wet palette. So I don't know what way it's going to work, but I'm going to take some on my brush, take some on my wet palette. It looks a little bit darker than Screaming Skull, to be honest. And I'm going to dry brush all of the fur, all of the skin. I think that's too much there. Try and get the leather as well, without hitting off any of the purple because it's still a little bit wet. And this is the risk when you're using a colour you never used before. So I know Screaming Skull would go on bright, dull itself down. Look absolutely amazing. I'm hoping this will do the same sort of thing. So far I like the way it looks on the fur. Skin looks pretty good as well, actually. First impressions of this colour, I like it. First impressions of that, I do like it. I'm not too sure about the face. I need a bit more on the face. I think that looks actually fantastic. Again, I need to get a bit more of that hair. Right, so I'm going to crack on with the rest of do that on the rest of the guys. Right, guys. Well, one colour has drastically transformed these models. Before I applied that Banshee Brown, I thought they were, they were 6 or 7 out of 10. This is closer to 8 or 9 now. I think absolutely fantastic. Wow. I've already taken pictures of these guys before you got to show you guys pretty pictures, and then I just realised I forgot to do put a bit of blue into his plasma gun there, plasma pistol, so I'll do that anyway. It's not a big issue. There's 2 things I've done. No, 2 things I'm going to say. The first thing is I even put some Screamer Skull drivers along the blade, edges of the blade, because it's such an, well, it's not Screamer Skull, sorry, Banshee Brown. It's absolutely amazing colour. Absolutely fantastic. That one colour has just drastically changed this whole, all of them. Just look at me, look at the face. Just, oh. The other thing I'm going to say is, the only other thing I could do to these guys now, I feel, is maybe come in with some non-oil and just oil the weapons, the auto pistols and their dual assault weapons, because they're not maintained, they're not well looked after, they're just, the scrap bits, yeah, you have that and off you go. I might do that, I probably will do that, but not now. I'm going to just wrap this video up now, bring down those pictures and do that, because I need to do the blue as well, so I'll probably do the 2 bits at the same time. I'm actually blown away. When I built these guys, I thought they were amazing sculpts, and a lot of you agreed with me, absolutely fantastic, amazing sculpts. When I started painting them, I was like, wow, these are something really special. And then when I had the mishap with the Plague Bearer contrast paint, Plague Bearer Flesh, it didn't come out as green as I wanted. Now I could have gone with some, Death Guard green, and then dry brushed it up with the Cadian flesh tone. I could have gone that way around. I would have still got the green coming through in these places, but I wanted to try use a contrast paint on top of a different brighter colour, instead of being Youthful Grey and White Scars or Grey Seers. I wanted to try and do it a bit different. It didn't quite work out for me, but at least I tried it, and I know that combination doesn't work. Now you know that combination doesn't work. But when I bring you down and show you these, I'm going to show you some pretty pictures of these guys. They're absolutely fantastic. But guys, massive thank you to everyone for watching this video. Massive thank you to Canada West for voting again. Guys, don't forget to vote on Wednesday's videos. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to this video of more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures. Until next time, take it easy.